There's been a couple times where we've put out videos of me saying something, and a couple of the comment section turn into not 100% sure if Pat is trolling here or means it. And you know what? I think that's a nice little place to kind of live there. I think it's
I assume you're trolling at all times.
What?
Jeez.
Yeah.
No.
I assume everybody's trolling at all times, and every video on the internet is fake.
Well, did you see Complex Sports?
No, what?
They did a list of the all 32 starting quarterbacks in order from 1 to 32, and it might be the biggest troll job in the history. I think the top obviously is top is going to be the top, but from like 5 to 32, it just seems like the person writing it said, "Well, we'll put this person here. That'll fucking piss off a bunch of people, and then we'll put this person here because that makes no sense." And that was just the entire list basically. It was insanity.
I mean, that's every list, isn't it? That's what every power rankings are. That's everything.
Here we are right at the top. Complex.
Get people chatting. Let's get some people pissed off about this.
No thanks, dude.
No thanks.
Get the
cookies
out. Way to go.
Fitzpatrick at 32?
Exactly. I mean, it starts with an eye opener.
That makes sense.
Mitchell Trubisky is probably not even starting. He's at 31, which
good backup quarterback.
I think would make a lot of sense, even though they're saying he's better than Fitz Magic, dude. Relax. Dwayne Haskins, who I thought pretty good football player, they got at 30 because I guess he hasn't proved anything. So I would assume that's okay. You too, AJ?
Yeah, that's fine. He hasn't gotten to play enough to really see.
I've seen his mic'd up over there in Washington. I like him. He didn't thank the person that brought him orange Gatorade, but everything other than that was very, very cool and very, very likable out of Dwayne
That's
Haskins.
a real thing, though, man. Like, if you're in the middle of a 2-minute drill and the dude brings you a water bottle, you can still say thank you. You have enough.
In his defense, in that organization, you're not supposed to say anything nice to anybody in the organization. So
True, so he kind of was brought in on that. That's on him. But Jason Wright's changing the ways. But other than that moment, which I think he was in the middle of something, he was very, very cool. A lot cooler than I expected, to be honest with you, when I watched it. It seems like he drops his elbow a little bit, which makes the ball float. I mean, I'm no quarterback. I was backup. I got a completion in the NFL. What else do we got? Tyrod Taylor, 29. Look at that.
MTV.
No respect. No respect for Tyrod Taylor.
Put some respect on Tyrod. Like, I feel like his whole career, that's him. That's his life. Like, Tyrod has he's one of the few guys that has a legit, could have a chip on his shoulder, and you're like, I get it. I completely understand.
Look at this. Tyrod and Fitzpatrick, though, two legit journeymen who have done very well in a lot of places. 29 and 32. That's tough, complex. Shout out to them. Let's go down to 28. Drew Lock, our guy. Terrell Davis likes him. Go to 27. He's also young, had a couple good games. Gardner All right, okay. I mean, they're hoping not, obviously, because they cut every other football player that they have. Joe Burrow, 26, and then just go down to the top 20 there. We'll just scroll through. Derek Carr.
Derek's way down there.
Teddy Bridgewater's way up there. Goff's at 22. Phillip Rivers at 21, what? This guy. Okay.
Josh Allen, okay.
Oh, Big Dan Jones.
Daniel Jones above Josh Allen?
I know. This is very interesting. This is very, very interesting. And by the way, Daniel Jones above Tyrod Taylor, Ryan Fitzpatrick, which I think is okay. But there's a couple. There's
Phil Rivers.
Phil Rivers. Come on, guys. Go ahead. Baker Mayfield above Daniel Jones, which is above
anyone.
Tyrod Taylor, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Phil Rivers in there. This is interesting. 17, Tannehill. Which Tannehill, AJ? Which Tannehill is it going to be?
Man, if he can play 80% as well as he did last year, they're going to be all right.
I agree. Derrick Henry's back. Just go ahead and put the entire team on that guy's big-ass shoulders. He's unbelievable. Ryan Tannehill gets out from underneath Gase and becomes a superstar. That'd be a hell of a story. And he gets $100 million. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now what?
Big porn.
Yikes.
What is this, Ben without a fucking surgically repaired elbow?
Is this like whenever he had 3 things dangling off of his arm and couldn't throw a football?
Was he throwing lefty here in these rankings?
Why does Ben get no respect ever? By the way, Ben gets no respect ever because of everything off the field. On the field, dude's unbelievable, AJ.
But hasn't it been like 10 years since he's had any off-the-field issues?
Well, he threw his wide receiver under the bus like last year on the local radio.
On the dove.
And obviously this year
he had a couple.
Came out,
in the offseason.
That was a positive thing, though. What came out in the offseason?
Yeah, I agree. It was very positive. He found the Lord. He talked about his testimony and how he found Jesus.
Episode 2 of his
about more than his
Choked the ever-loving shit out of his baloney the offseason, too.
It's rehab. He was rehabbing his elbow.
Almost sued for murdering his own salami.
Dude, he is unbelievable at playing football, though. Take it easy.
You can squeeze the stress ball, or you can squeeze your dick all day long. Whatever one makes you happy.
All right, so I'm just saying, this guy, please, for on the field, the guy is so much better than what they're ranking him. I can't wait to see who's ranked above Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, this should even be higher, by the way.
In what world?
This should be higher, I think. Mm-hmm. I don't know who else is ahead of him. I wish I had that mind that I could do that. Who else?
Sweet Jesus.
That's Kyler Murray.
Kyler had a heck of a year, man, for a rookie.
I think so, too.
Sure.
But, I mean, ranking him above Ben Roethlisberger, ranking him above Cam Newton.
Now he's got Nuke.
Phil Rivers.
Is this like on potential, or is it like what we have seen already?
I'm not sure. I think he's going to be really good, too. I just think that's
well, Joe Burrow's on there at like 26. We haven't seen him play in the NFL yet. So.
Oh, but hey, you see what he did down there at LSU last year?
Oh, yeah, he's like
60.
He should be on there.
On the list somewhere.
I mean, yeah, if he's the starter, he has to be on there. So yeah, I wouldn't put him at 32. So okay, I'm okay with that.
Jimmy G now down there at 13.
Jimmy's a weird one. He doesn't get the respect he deserves either until he's going to have to win a Super Bowl and throw for like 350 and 3 touchdowns to get the respect he deserves.
But if they're rushing for 350 yards a game and winning and just blowing, like, how do you stop doing that? It's a very interesting situation because Jimmy G also has a trait that not a lot of quarterbacks have, which is he's completely okay with handing the ball off every single play except for 8 of them if that's going to get their team a win. A lot of quarterbacks would be very pissed off about that. I think he misses that one pass in the Super Bowl, a little bit deep. Then the Tom Brady conversation potentially happens. Jimmy G has done nothing but win, though. That's all that dude does is just win football games. There's something to that. I can't wait to see him completely blossom into whatever the hell he's going to become. But I do believe he's not going to get the respect until he wins one. That's just not going to happen, which sucks, by the way. Sucks for him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, at 12, Kirk Cousins. Yeah. If he dies, he dies. Primetime Kirk Cousins. I'm proud of him. I like him a lot, AJ.
I did. Was this before or after his comments about COVID?
I like him a lot after. Yeah.
I mean, was this list put out? Do you think if this was before, would they drop him?
Oh yeah, they
whoever
probably
wrote this.
Probably there would have been a lot of people were mad at it. I did not know people were going to be mad at him because in that entire thing, he was like, "I wear a mask, respect other people." But if we're talking about just for me, if I die, I die. Like, okay, if you felt disrespected by that, okay, cool. You're allowed to do however you want to feel. You know how what I took from that, I was like, yo, Kirk Cousins is a little bit of a savage. Yeah. Kirk Cousins is a little bit of a savage.
He's also on a podcast. Like, he's trying to be entertaining a little bit, you know? I mean.
Well, and Kirk Cousins show, if you do recall, last year was the most downloaded podcast in Minnesota history after Adam Thielen had that situation and Stephon Diggs had his situation with that offense. The Kirk Cousins shows where they all kind of kumbaya and that whole team turned around. Kirk Cousins is a showman, okay? And if he dies, he says.
Either way, though, like whether you agree or disagree with what he said, whether you like it or hate it, don't you have to respect the fact that he's actually speaking his mind? He's not just speaking in full go cliches. Like that's when people want to derail these guys or say bad things when they give their opinion. I'm like, hey, you don't have to agree, man, but like don't try to turn everybody into a robot that doesn't say anything.
Shady Rays is sponsor of today's show. Cool glasses. Go ahead.
Cool glasses.
Shout out to Shady Rays. You get 25% off your shades at shadyrays.com when you use code McAfee. That's 20% off any pair of shades, which are incredibly cool.
The best.
Incredibly cool.
Super
at
cool.
shadyrays.com, code McAfee for 25% off. That's fucked up. Your name's not involved in that. Shadyrays.com, only place where that can be redeemed. Shadyrays.com, 25% off, code McAfee. Cool glasses. Get some glasses. And by the way, not just sunglasses, blue tint glasses to save your eyeballs. And look, just as smart and sophisticated as I do.
Cool glasses.
Thank you.
Glasses.
Why are they so small?
Well, because my head is so large.
Why didn't you get the larger ones?
Listen, these are the biggest fucking ones they got, pal. They got
They're
some.
absolutely not. I have my two younger kids wear ones that are bigger than that.
No,
their heads are small.
What you're saying is you're seeing the glasses on their small heads.
I put them on my head and they fit. And my head is larger than yours. My head and face are much smaller.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You're wrong.
No, it's not. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Cool.
Been wrong all day.
Look at all you guys.
What are you talking about?
No, you don't.
I think the ones that Diggs are wearing. I think that's what we have.
Okay, Diggs, let me see those.
Those are the same
I think
exact
they're the
size.
same pair as the pair.
Oh, never mind. No,
The exact same.
Yeah, and by the way, with Shady Rays,
Nice pass.
you can break a pair and they'll redeem it. I think 2 of them.
Yeah.
It's like the best warranty in the history of anything. Same exact size.
Oh, wow.
Look at that,
Same
AJ.
Wow, AJ.
You fool.
How do you feel like getting something shoved in that big but smaller than my face? Bad toss, too.
Delete that.
You could have got
No, it was on
could have
me.
mossed it.
Yeah, I could have.
Let's get back to it. Let's get back to the list. Shout out to Shady Rays, by the way. Cool glasses.
Cool glasses.
Cool glasses. Number 11, Matthew Stafford. Okay, I like it. I don't mind it. He had a broken back. He's got to bounce back. I talked to Matt Patricia today. He said Matty Stafford's dialed in, AJ. Dialed in.
I saw some of that conversation. What you bring out in Patricia, nobody else can. Like, you obviously have a good relationship with him, but it's fun to watch you talk to him.
What are you saying?
He has much more. He's way more comfortable speaking with you than anybody else when he's on the record.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really ever see him talk to anybody else, but I've heard that it's not a lot there. Go ahead, Diggs.
So you're saying other shows don't call his backup quarter Derek Blau?
Drew Blau,
Good point.
Tom Blau.
Dan Blau, I think someone said.
He just knows this is a Detroit show. All right, we love Detroit.
Every
here.
time he smirks and then he
He
just
shakes his head. Down at the Super Bowl, I said, "What was that guy's name you guys were playing with? Jacob Blau?" He was like, "What? No, that's not his name." No. Blau, by the way, good dude, good football player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just never know.
Tom Brady at 10, though?
Yeah.
By the way, does he know the name of his punters, do you think?
No.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, he does, but he's not saying who's going to win.
By the way, is that going to be a big problem?
Potentially, yeah.
Sounds like
If they are both guys that like aren't.
I didn't
I don't know where they're from. I don't know where they play college. I don't know the dudes at all. I have no idea who they are. But that could potentially. I mean, it's a different game.
Oh, Lions are fucked.
You got a lot of money on the line there. And if you're just hitting like 15, 20-yard balls, I mean, that is a problematic situation.
Jack Fox and Aaron Siposs.
Where are they
Fox
from?
is going to lose.
Jack Fox is a rookie all-conference 3 times in the USA. God, it doesn't say where.
Okay, so not that big of games. Good. Go ahead. Go to the next one.
Aaron Siposs.
Still, if you're he's
Sipopoulos?
punting. Doesn't
He's
matter.
so good.
What's
I
that?
think if you're a punter or kicker, Pat, it doesn't matter if you're at a big school or not. I mean, maybe the stage you're playing on, but if you're a good kicker, you're a good kicker, whether it's a high school field or a pro field.
I agree, but they're trying to figure out whether or not they think somebody's going to be able to perform in the NFL or not, right? So it's like because they
Don't know until you don't know until they do it.
And I didn't even think about that till I was talking to him because they don't have preseason games. Because preseason games a little bit different, a lot bigger people running at you, a lot more on the line, a lot more like there's just a lot of things in preseason games. You get a little chance to kind of see it. With these, they have no chance to see whether or not because there's some people that practice so good, obviously in everything. There's guys that have practiced are unbelievable, and then when the game happens, it's like for whatever reason, even if they were great before, there's just something that potentially happens, and that is something that would be hilarious if the first game against the Chicago Bears, they just have 2 punters out there and like, fuck, they both stink.
So Jack Fox was a punter for Rice, and then Aaron Siposs scored 28 goals for St. Kilda from 2011 to 2015.
I like this
my
guy.
team.
I
in
heard
the
about
NFL.
that.
I like this guy.
And then he punted at Auburn and went undrafted this year.
Okay, so I mean the Aussies used to playing in front of a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
They used to
Auburn.
playing for money too, by the way, which is a different animal. So I'd assume they're gonna
Auburn
be
packed house as well.
packed house for sure, and big games that matter.
Yeah.
Now, you don't ever know. And there's been a lot of small school guys that have made it, by the way. And I'm not saying that's not something. I mean, Vinatieri came from South Dakota State, my guy. But there's a lot more people that have come and gone than have come and stayed. And it's all in between the years. Hey, we're playing on a 4-inch field, you see, and it's in between the years, AJ.
Yeah, it is. It's probably like golf, isn't it? Like a dude, you know a lot of guys that can stripe it on the range. They get out to the first tee and bam, right in the woods.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, what if you go out to the first week? You don't even have a chance to kind of like get the jitters off. That kid's probably gone. It's a bad time to be young, undrafted, and not have a chance to get on film. It is a bad time because of COVID-19. But guess what? NFL football 6 days away. Here we go.
Hell yeah!
Let's get back to it. Let's get back to the list.
Hell yeah.
Matt Ryan at 9, higher than Tom Brady. LOL.
Yeah, people are torn on Carson Wentz, I feel like, all the time.
He was great last year. The entire Eagles team was hurt, and he played great football. But will that team ever be the team that they had whenever Nick Foles won the Super Bowl because Carson Wentz got hurt? I don't know. And will Carson Wentz be misjudged for his entire career because of it? It feels like it. Yeah, it feels like it's probably going to happen.
Unless he wins one himself.
Dak Prescott at 7.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Sure.
All right. Deshaun Watson, he's about to get paid like $35 million at the Houston Texans. Good for Deshaun. Shout out to Deshaun. Drew Brees down there. 5?
Sure.
I
Top
wouldn't be
5.
shocked to see him lower,
Drew Brees lower?
like at 9 or something like that. Don't you think?
No, because Drew Brees has all those records. You know,
He does, but you're the one that brings up the point. You would be kind of worried about Drew later in the year, cold weather game in the playoffs, weren't you?
Yeah, I don't know if his arm is as strong all year as it is for a lot of the year. You know, last year he had a 5-week break, and towards the end he was able to spin it still. But if he doesn't have that 5-week break, is that arm going to be able to, you know what I mean? Is he going to be able to zip it?
Move the skin.
Zero. Top 4, Aaron Rodgers, stud, hero. 3, Russell Wilson. 2, Lamar Jackson. 1, Patty
Nick
Mahomes.
Foles.
I'd assume. Here we go. Nick Foles is not on the list. Our guy, Aaron Rodgers, top 4. Patty Mahomes, the $500 million man. Number 1, Lamar Jackson, MVP last year. And Russell Wilson, top 4. Not a bad list, but there's a lot of question marks in there. I mean, that's why that thing, we were supposed to end the show like 15 minutes ago, but that whole list, there's so many like, wait a minute, come on. You know what I mean?
Whoever wrote that did their job. They got us.
I agree. That's why we got to start making out, or not making out. We got to start making. We got to start making lists. You know what I mean? We got to start making lists.
Yeah.
Good to start making some lists. But when we did our mock draft, you didn't stick with it. After you missed a few, you just threw it away pretty much.
Well, that's the thing is I didn't say I'm going to be the one making the list. I think others should be making the
Yes.
list. I'm not a good list maker. You know, I kind of give up and kind of mail it in on
List
most lists.
judger.
Yeah, well, not really. It's hard for me to really care.